Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast in a game between Millennium ToD and Complexity's Catz here on Tal'Darim Altar. ToD needs no introduction. If you guys have been following me, or for those of you guys who have been following me for years and years, yes, I have been casting for years and years, you guys will recognize the blue Protoss player ToD on the bottom left-hand side of the map as the famous Warcraft 3 human player. Meanwhile, Catz, you guys may actually remember him as Root Catz. Root and Complexity have merged, I believe, under the name Complexity. So Complexity Catz now spawning on the top right-hand side of the map as the red Zerg. This is Zerg versus Protoss here on Tal'Darim Altar. And this is game one in what I believe to be a best-of-3 matchup from MLG. I believe this was taken from day one. I actually have an interview with ToD before he played this game, and I'm hoping to be able to cast or post up those that interview. I still have to do a little bit of sound checking. I don't have the best equipment in the world, and hopefully the interviews came out well. If they don't, then, well, just know I talked to ToD, and yeah, just talked to ToD, and ToD did say there was a lot of differences between Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2. Now, Tal'Darim Altar, a map which is known for a very, very heavy macro-intensive play, so we're going to see ToD now setting up a proxy or a pylon over here, and it looks like he's going to be trying to go for perhaps a fast nexus. Now, depending on whether or not he sees a hatchery set up, he will either try to go for a nexus first or try to lay down that gateway and that forge. The probe going to quickly come up the ramp. He is going to spot the hatchery down over here, and I believe a nexus should be coming in next. He's just simply going to save up as much as he can, perhaps go for a 17 or even an 18 nexus. He is going to be supply blocked for a little bit of time, as he's not going to have enough minerals. If he could end up delaying that nexus, but I think he's just going to set up that nexus and supply block himself for a little bit of time. There you go, sitting at 17 over 18, gonna get those 400 minerals, warp in a nexus, and then train up another probe and a pylon momentarily. So there you see it, sitting up on 70, 80. Is he gonna warp in another pylon now, or what is he doing first? Not sure. Yes, going in for a probe, should be warping in a pylon soon, as the drone now making its way across the map. So it looks like both players are going to be going into a very macro-intensive game here on Tal'Darim Altar. Oh, a gateway now being placed down there, trying to readjust that positioning. We should be getting also a cannon as well, but ToD has to be careful. He did lose a little bit of resources by canceling that gateway and then rebuilding it. Not going to help, or it will disrupt some of his other builds as well as gateways. I believe he lost about 50 minerals or maybe 33 minerals in that attempt there. Now getting in that photon cannon as well. It will be quite some time before any Zerglings make their way across the map, as you don't see any Zerglings even being trained. And Complexity, or Catz, is simply just going to power drone his way through this matchup now. He knows that there's no gateway, and as a Zerg, this is almost what you want to see from your Protoss opponent. You know that you can train more drones than he can train probes. You know that that gateway will be severely delayed, and if he does even attack you with gateway units, you have queens to defend. Also, you can also leave a couple workers nearby on the far side of the map as well to see when those units are making a move and trying to walk out, and as soon as they do walk out, you can start training up more and more units. So you're going to see a lot of drones coming in. Now sitting on 24 drones. However, each round of spawn larva will really produce another 8 drones, and that is going to definitely help out Complexity. So we'll see how ToD responds to this. He needs to lay down some pressure. If he doesn't, and he simply allows his opponent to power drone, I'm not quite sure what ToD can do to try to overcome this. You're going to see another round of drones being trained up in just a moment. There you go. There's another round of spawn larva. A lot of larva sitting at this hatchery now. Now going to train up even more drones and getting up another hatchery over here. But interesting, ToD actually spots this. Wow. This is huge. Catz now trying to take up a greedy third base, and that is going to be punished. So Catz not doing a good job, not scouting out enough. The drone now just wandering around on the inside here. You can take a look at the harvester count, 39 to 32. But this hatchery will get shut down rather easily. Zealots will be able to warp in and put some pressure in. And the only real way that Catz would have benefited from this hatchery is if it wasn't scouted in time. Taking a look at the production tab, we are checking the tier 2, getting up that other hatchery, and we are starting to get some Zerglings. 7 minutes into this game, and we have 1 Zealot in the field, and that is essentially it. A probe also activating that Zonaga Watchtower there. More gateways now coming online as well. So ToD looking to perhaps go into a 4 or 6 gate off of 2 base push to punish this hatchery here, perhaps waiting for I believe, any units to make their way. But Catz now going to fly over this Overlord. It is going to spot this one pylon there up on the high ground, and his heart's going to sink just a little bit, knowing that his hidden expansion has already been revealed. Zergling or drones now being transferred over here, and this is a unique situation that Catz is in. Catz knows that he cannot really do all that much. Photon cannon now going to be warped in here as well, so that's going to be interesting. Is a spine crawler going to be able to warp in or morph in time? And if it is able to morph in time, will it get up over here and start impaling this spine crawler? You can now see a probe making the way trip all the way over. Catz is he gonna spot it? Yes, he is gonna spot one photon cannon there. Yeah, ToD does see that Overlord as well, so he does know. Both players do know that the other position is there, and now we can see some zealots already coming in as well. So some early action now coming in. Zealots now trying to slash away at the drones, and now perhaps get some damage onto this one spine crawler. Zerglings now coming in over here as well. The Zerglings trying to shut down this photon cannon, will not be able to do so, as the zealots were able to get some damage in here. Another photon cannon now coming in, but this one photon cannon may get canceled. No, not going to get canceled in time, as the Stalkers now up on that high ground. So a lot of early aggression here, as the Roaches are now trying to push their way in. There's only one, count it, one pylon, so that is going to be a bit of a problem, as there is now a photon cannon up on that high ground. That spine crawler needs to get destroyed. Roaches now pushing their way through as well, and it looks like, yes, more units are just damaging and dealing over here. Why not shut down that pylon? Now, stop the engagement already. You can see the pylon has been destroyed, and now the Stalkers are up on that high ground. Will shut down this spine crawler here. The spine crawler now destroyed, and ToD may be getting a free Overlord in this exchange as well. The Overlord has been destroyed. Down it goes, and this proxy pylon here going to be able to start attacking once again. One more pylon perhaps to get some damage onto this location here, as the Roach is now trying to engage. The Roach is going and dealing some damage to this pylon. Pylon does get taken down. Zealots are engaging. The Zealots do not have the movement speed upgrade. The Roaches do not have it. Oh, the Roaches do have it, so they are going to be able to get that concave. And oh, a nice burrow by Catz. And now being forced to play whack-a-mole. ToD is behind on food, and now 46 to 45 there. The Roaches now desperately running away and able to do so. Finally, a robotics facility is being added. That one photon cannon already getting 1 kill, and really severely limiting how much mining can go on here. You can only mine with 6 drones. Otherwise, the drones may actually start to wander away over here and then get destroyed. You can now see another engagement. Zealots are trying to fight back in. Another force field now being laid down. The Roaches are having a bit of a difficulty, and now quick burrow coming in once more. And Catz taking a lot more damage once again. And wow, are those actually burrowed Roaches that I can't see because of the hill? Yeah, those are burrowed Roaches right there. You can kind of see them, kind of not, even though I do have vision. Yeah, now you can see this one spine crawler is on the defensive. Another nexus being established over here. Both players running off of 3 bases. A proxy pylon will get destroyed, as we are now going into tunneling claws and an infestation pit. So Catz really relying on Roaches. And yeah, a lot of Roach play here on Tal'Darim Altar. No Mutalisk. It is going to be some Infestors as well. Roaches are not that gas intensive, only costing 25 gas each. And also moving very, very quickly. A rather durable unit as well, as Roaches, I believe, win against Stalkers, depending on the movement speed upgrade and blink micro. We are getting an observer now trained up. A lot of energy on this nexus. That is a bit of a problem. ToD should be able to stay up on top of his energy, making sure that the nexuses are not sitting on maximum energy at all. Is this nexus? Yeah, both nexuses have maximum energy, so ToD may be able to start chrono boosting out weapons upgrades, and yeah, finally chrono boosting out of that robotics facility. So a lot of Immortals will definitely help as well. So the Immortals will deal 50 damage per attack, or 55 damage per attack to those Roaches. Roaches are armored units, and they do not have any additional armor upgrades at all. But we are going into the pathogen glands and getting 3 infestors, so a fungal growth will be able to deal a lot of damage to and just immobilize those Stalkers and Immortals. Another chrono boost on a robotics facility, but nothing really being trained out of there just quite yet. We perhaps should see some a Robotics Bay in order to get Psy Storms, or no, Robotics Bay in order to get Colossi. Colossi would definitely help, as we are now definitely going into that Robotics Bay there. Roach is now moving out once more. There are a lot of overlords in the air. A not very strong creep spread coming in from Complexity. I'm a bit surprised by that. I thought he'd be all over this creep spread. That is not the case this time around, as he is going to be sitting off of... He's going to be sitting on a lot of energy on those queens, and now also getting up another hatchery here. These sets of rocks have been destroyed. No nexus has been established there just quite yet, and ToD now sitting at 126 over 126. He supply blocked himself, and this is no good at all. Taking a look at the army combinations, it is about even in terms of army size, but if you take a look at the harvester count, 69 to 64, then again, I'm not quite sure why the army sizes are that even though there is a 40 food discrepancy. So perhaps too many roaches and not enough other high expensive units as well compared to stalkers and infestors. Those are also 2 food units, but the infestors are significantly more expensive than those roaches, as those roaches are now making their way out across the field. Stalker now doing a bit of a retreat here. The roaches are only upgraded 0-0. We are getting the level 2 weapons upgrade as more sentries, stalkers, and colossi are being added to the force. Another chrono boost should be coming in as well, as the roaches may simply be just trying to attack this location here. There is one photon cannon, and that is it. And I'm not quite sure why this one rally point is so far away. Over into that mineral patch. A probe now simply passing through will get destroyed. And now the infestors will be pushing in as well. Are the Zerglings? They're going to be trying to push in. No, they're going to be pushing in and to the actual third base here. This is not looking good at all. And here we go. Probes now coming off the mineral line. Photon cannons will get destroyed. Roaches are engaging. These infestors are in the back. A fungal growth destroying all of those units there. And now in come the stalkers. Stalkers cannot blink. Able to take down several of those infestors already. The Colossus is in the back, getting a lot more damage. And now in comes those force fields, splitting up many of those roaches. But a Neuroparasite's taking control of the Colossus. And that Colossus has just kindly killing his own partners there. And Catz, in a bit of just sheer domination with those infestors, even 8 hit points back onto this infestor. Will the probes actually try to take it down? That would be cute, but no, the probes are not going to shut down that infestor there. Another fungal growth. I think that would have been a decent trade at the very least, trading a couple of those probes which would not have been able to escape to take down this low hit point infestor. So ToD now in trouble going up against Catz. Stalkers now warping in once more, but I believe the army of just Catz can simply A-move, but we are getting level 2 weapons upgrades. So level 2 weapons upgrades should be finished up in just a moment, and that may be enough. Taking a look at the economy, 68 harvesters compared to 51. 1,500 minerals versus a 2,000 mineral, as the rest of these are completely shut down. So there is one observer here. The observer is attempting to pull back. It will be able to live and fight another day and make sure that it didn't get randomly hit by a fungal growth, as those infestors are now making their way forward once more. There is one cannon here acting as a detector. We'll see what happens here. ToD is now on the ropes. Will he be able to fight his way back? Or has Catz just pinned him into a corner already? You can see the roaches are now attempting to swarm in. One photon cannon already destroyed. And now you can see an overseer also here as well. A mass roach army. No void rays to counter this at all. In comes one fungal growth, and Neuroparasite may be coming in. Yes, a Neuroparasite. Both Neuroparasite. The Neuroparasites crisscrossing on top of each other. And those Colossi just simply destroying ToD's own army there, and I believe that is just going to be too much. Catz can now simply A-move with this army. He's now sitting at 199 food once more, as 16 more roaches are now once again being retrained. Infested Terrans now being added. To just add insult to injury, those infested Terrans do deal a significant or a reasonable amount of damage, as those roaches are now still pushing in once more. We can see Ultralisk now being added as well. A Colossus finally joining in. The infestors are now backing off smartly, knowing that they do not have that much energy, as the roaches are now trying to shut down the last of this Colossi here. That Colossus may be able to run all the way back off the cliff, and Complexity's push is going to be stopped for just a little while, as ToD, accident is still keeping that Colossus on the low ground, and that was a horrible trade there. Trying so hard to keep his army alive, only to have it destroyed by the reinforcements. Roach is now down over here, going to shut down this Nexus finally. More units are warping in from behind. It looks like the Roaches are upgraded 1-1. Level 2 Carapace upgrades as the Roach is now mounting up a counterattack. The Roaches may even try to burrow at this point to regenerate some of those hit points. The 3,400 versus 1,450. A very large army in the center of the map just regathering and recouping. As ToD still running off of one base, essentially. The main base has now almost been mined out. Only 2 mineral patches left. The Roaches burrowed underneath. And does he spot it? He does spot it. That Photon Cannon was able to spot those Roaches for a little bit of time. 2 pylons here. Shutting down those 2 pylons would stop the reinforcements rather quickly, as now Ultralists come in, and there's the GG. So Catz taking game 1 in this best of 3 series. Stay tuned for game 2.